Where do we see the Omaha real estate market as we enter the month of June? In a normal real estate cycle, prices tend to peak during the month of June. Now, is that what we see in the current Omaha market? What about inventory? What about new construction? How does the existing market compare to the new construction market? Also, what about the condo market? And if you're ready to buy, should you hit the pause button? All of these questions and more are going to be answers in today's video, and we're going to get started right now. Let's start with inventory. What is the current inventory in the Omaha market? Inventory is up. Currently in Douglas and Sarpy County, we currently have 1,890 homes on the active market, and that's up 39.2% compared to 2023. How does the inventory compare between the existing market and the new construction market? The new construction market is up 16.9% compared to last year. In the existing market, we have seen a 68.8% increase from last year, which is great for buyers, especially at that entry-level buyer point. We currently have 906 new construction homes for sale, and we have 984 existing homes for sale. I had a conversation with an inspector a few days back, and he said that he was swamped with the number of inspections booked over the next 2 weeks. That is good. During the pandemic, many buyers, in order to get a home under contract, they had to waive the home inspection. This is a good reminder about home inspections. A whole house inspection is a visual inspection. It's meant to decrease your risk. It's not going to eliminate it. In the Omaha market, the way our contract reads is that you have 14 days to do any and all inspections. Now, that can include a whole house inspection, a sewer scope inspection, a radon test, a structural inspection, a roof inspection, and remember, an inspection is a snapshot in time. It is the time of year right now where we get a lot of thunderstorms. So if a major storm comes through our area, you may want to have a roofer come out and evaluate the roof. Now keep this in mind. You do need permission to have anyone come out to look at the property. It's not your home yet. Let's say the home has been pre-inspected. Now that's great. However, the seller paid for that inspection. Also, home inspectors are not created equal. When was the pre-inspection done? What did they find? Read the report. Sometimes the pre-inspection will say in the report, have the furnace and HVAC system evaluated by a qualified HVAC contractor. Now, just because it was pre-inspected doesn't mean the seller made any repairs. Too many buyers just assume that because there was a pre-inspection, the home somehow passed inspection. Take the time to read the report. Also, inventory is up and more inspections are being done. Now, that means if you're a seller, more inventory means more competition. Homes are taking a little bit longer to sell. Homes are still selling quickly, but you have to have your home priced correctly or it's going to sit. Where are home prices right now? The median closed sales price in Douglas and Sarpy County was $334,747 for the month of May, which is up 4.9% compared to May of 2023. What about new construction? In new construction, we have seen prices come down compared to last year. The median closed sales price for a new construction home was down 5.9% from $449,303 to $422,747 in 2024. Does that mean you can negotiate on new construction? Not necessarily. Sometimes what you'll see is more lower price new construction homes being sold, which can bring prices down just a bit. However, on the existing market, prices were up 4.2% compared to 2023. The median closed sales price for an existing home was $307,250 compared to $295,000 in 2023. Let's look at the months of supply. Now, overall, we have a 2.2 months of supply of homes on the market. That means if no other homes come on the market, it would take 2.2 months to exhaust the current inventory. technically there's still a seller's market because 0 to 3 months is a seller's market, 4 to 6 months is a neutral market, and over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. However, let's compare the new construction market to the existing market. In the new construction market, we have 6.2 months of supply. That's a buyer's market. And you can see that all of a sudden, builders like agents again. You'll see incentives, price reductions, and special financing options. Does that mean the new construction market will come crashing down? Probably not. Builders will adjust and just not build as many homes. Or a builder will try to adjust and make a smaller home that's a little bit more affordable. Don't give in to all the fear and hype you hear peddled on YouTube. It's an election year and we're right in the middle of silly season. In the existing home market, we have 1.4 months of inventory, which is still a seller's market. Let's look at the number of homes for sale going back 10 years. Now, the number of existing homes is in red and new construction is in green. In the years before the pandemic, more existing homes were on the market, and you can see the peaks and valleys of the existing market throughout the year. In green, you have new construction. Overall, it remains pretty steady. You don't see the peaks and valleys that you see in the existing market. However, during the pandemic, you can see where new construction took a little bit of a hit and it decreased and then came back after the pandemic was over. A few weeks back, someone asked about the condo market. Now, Omaha doesn't really have a large condo market. For example, last month, when you compare single-family homes versus the number of condos sold, we had 952 single-family homes sell last month. Now, compare that to last month, we had only 24 condo sales in the Omaha market. The condo market just does not represent a large segment of our market. When you purchase a condo, you're buying into a homeowners association. As homes continue to increase in price, a condo might be a little bit more affordable option for some buyers. One giant word of caution: make sure you carefully review the financial disclosures. If you don't understand how to read them, make sure you have them reviewed by someone who does. If the association is being mismanaged or does not have enough funds in reserve, you want to find that out before you purchase. Since we're on the topic of closed sales, how many closed sales occurred in the month of May? Last month, we closed 1,057 sales in Douglas and Sarpy County. We continue to see the number of closed sales down. Fewer homes are being sold. Now, even though sales are down, there's still a market out there. This chart shows the effect of seasonality. Sales bottom out in the wintertime, they ramp up in the spring, peak in the summer, and then taper off again in the fall. We can see that this year's numbers are similar to last year's numbers. Why? Interest rates. As interest rates increase, homes become less affordable. Right now, according to Mortgage News Daily, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is slightly above 7%. Let's look back 3 years ago. Rates were around 3%. What does that mean in terms of monthly payment? Now, in real estate, your monthly payment consists of principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Taxes and insurance have gone up, but let's compare interest rates and what that does to your payment. Let's say our purchase price is $400,000 and you have 20% for a down payment, so you're financing the rest. So you come with a purchase price of $400,000, down payment $80,000. The amount financed is $320,000. At a 3% mortgage interest rate, your monthly payment, and this is just principal and interest, would be $1,349. At a 7% mortgage interest rate, your monthly payment, and again, this is just principal and interest, would be $2,128. That's an increase of $779 a month. That's if prices stayed the same, but home prices have gone up in the last 3 years. I want to take a moment and talk about down payment. You don't always have to have 20% down payment. Now, if you're a veteran, there is a thing called a VA loan with 0% down payment. Now, if you live just outside of Omaha, you may qualify for a USDA loan with zero down payment. FHA, which stands for Federal Housing Administration, has a down payment of only 3.5%. And if you go conventional, there is a conventional product with only a 3% down payment. Did you know that NIFA has a program with down payment assistance? If you qualify, you can finance the down payment at a 1% interest rate. Now, NIFA stands for Nebraska Investment Finance Authority, and they have several different programs to make the dream of home ownership possible for those folks who live in Nebraska. NIFA also offers some very competitive interest rates and has programs for both first-time home buyers and repeat buyers. It's worth exploring on the NIFA website, which is nifa.org. So what should you do? Should you buy a home right now? And that's going to depend. Number one, do you have at least 6 months of income saved in an emergency fund? 2, do you plan to live in your next home for at least 5 years? And then the third thing to look at is, what does your job situation look like? What will the market do? What will rates do? And here's the thing, nobody knows. Are rates coming down? I don't know. If inflation remains hot, then rates will likely stay the same or perhaps even go higher. Now, if we go into recession, then rates may come down. Then if we go into recession, then you got to look at how stable is your job. You should buy a home when you're ready and when it is the right time for your family. Speaking of jobs, where is the unemployment rate? Douglas County currently has a 2.8 unemployment rate, and that's up from 2.3% last year. Sarpy County has a 2.4% unemployment rate, which is up from 1.9% last year. Unemployment takes a buyer out of the market. Interest rates determine where someone enters the real estate market. Could we go into recession? Sure, but that doesn't mean home prices will come down. It depends on how severe the recession hits. And every market is going to be hit a little bit differently. A recession could be good for interest rates. Typically, what you'll tend to see is during a recession, the Fed tries to stimulate the economy and spur recovery by lowering the Fed funds rate. Home prices still rely on supply and demand. 7th grade economics. Don't try to time the market. The people who thought the market was going to crash 3 years ago, guess what? They're still waiting. How will the election affect the real estate market? Well, 50% of the people will be happy and 50% of the people will think the world is coming to an end. As long as people keep getting married, keep having babies, getting divorced, and passing away, there's always going to be a real estate market. You have to live somewhere. If you're ready to buy and you can afford it, buy. If you're not ready to buy, rent. Then when you're ready to buy, go ahead and buy.